Each week we bring you stories of athletes who have overcome adversity in their lives to succeed in school and in sports.
Robert, Sacred Heart Cathedral's Ben Malakoff and Robert Nazzal have a unique friendship. Their cultural ties and religious backgrounds have not parted the team or the sea, but instead brought them together.
Hamas has reportedly agreed to another 24-hour ceasefire.
Hamas didn't kill the 3 Israeli teenagers. It was done by a lone actor.
They elected Hamas to run Gaza.
Yes, but the
Meet Ben Malakoff and Robert Nazzal, both senior football players at Sacred Heart Cathedral. Ben plays defense, Robert plays offense. Ben is Jewish, Robert is Palestinian. Both are fighting Irish.
For me, my whole life, I never really paid attention to people's nationalities or religions. It's always been, if you're a cool guy, I'm going to be friends with you. And Rob is, the epitome of a cool guy.
Ben's like a great kid. He's one of the nicest guys I know. I met him freshman year, like he said, and I don't know, we just kind of clicked, and we've just been really good friends ever since.
Ben and Robert traveled separately to Israel on the West Bank this summer to visit relatives. Ben's brother enlisted into the Israeli army and just recently completed his 2-year commitment.
You start to see the tensions rising, and eventually they hit a boiling point, and it just you never know, it could be every dead body could be one of my brothers.
Robert's family lives in Ramallah. He was encouraged to travel to the West Bank to meet many of his Palestinian relatives for the first time. With the violence and animosity rising over the past couple of months, Robert witnessed the violence firsthand.
How many people are getting killed on both sides, and especially just seeing my people and Ben's people just getting hurt. And when we were sleeping, we would hear gunshots and kind of bombs going off. It sounded like it was right outside, but it was 2 cities over.
Ben and Robert have a strong friendship, but discussions over the ongoing crisis in Israel is heated at times.
It was heated, but it wasn't an argument. People are like, so you argued about it? It wasn't an argument. We discussed it, and it's funny because we're all heated about that, but we were able to bring it back into something that we both love about the same area.
And I have one completely different opinion than he has, and we both see it differently, and he's right about a lot of stuff, and I am too.
Head coach Ken Peralta sees the bond between Ben and Robert as refreshing, giving him hope maybe the next generation can help make a workable situation between both sides.
I think their friendship is inspirational, only because if we look in the news now, we know there's a lot of grief. As we say, we all bleed red at the end of the day. Color, creed, all that stuff for us is everything that's under our skin is way more important.
So how is it 2 athletes from such opposite sides of the spectrum have a solid friendship despite such different religious backgrounds? If you ask Ben and Robert, it's not rocket science. It's actually fairly easy.
If somebody saw us, they wouldn't know that we were 2 different races, religions, whatever. They would just look at us as 2 really good friends,
So, I think everybody can get along. I think if you set differences aside and just really see people for who they really are, I think there should never be a problem with getting along. But of course, it's difficult when you have extremists on both sides, and that's the biggest issue, is just extremism.
Ben Malakoff and Robert Nazzal's unique friendship definitely defies the norm. But if we all took a step back and looked at each other in the eyes of these 2 young football players, maybe, just maybe, the centuries-old dispute can be resolved. Robert and Ben enjoyed visiting the Middle East, and they had a lot of fun meeting with their families, and it's great to see that despite the conflict, they can still be good friends.
Yep, good friends and great teammates. All right.